Break It Table is brought to you by Nikki Hits Beauty Studio, Bonamusadi, Douala, and Jungle Hall, Voya.
Before going on the show, I consented to certain rules. One of the rules was no sex or sexual activity on the show. Now, clearly what happened with me and Fhish is a sexual activity, whether we like to accept it or not. Now, one of my why I cried wolf for so long and people claim I exaggerated was because nothing was being done about it. It's like going to your mom and crying about something and she's not doing anything about it. It was frustrating me. Nothing was done about it. And I think there was even one diary session, one chamber session where I mentioned to Biggy that nothing has been done. And he asks, and he tells me, but Fhish apologized to me. What Fhish took away from me, an apology can never bring it back. I'm not saying he should bring it back, but at least let something be done about it. Let me feel like I'm seen, like I'm heard. Exactly, there should be consequences. When any rule was broken in the house by any other flatmate, things were done. I took a strike without even committing any crime. That one is a story for another day. But this one was just left like that. It didn't make sense to me.
So was it at that point that you felt like Biggy was perhaps favoring Fhish?
No, but also because then I just thought the entire game was flawed because it's the same thing with Clement and Noni cheating with the phone. Or with phones, like they had phones with them. That was clearly against the rules of the game. And one would think that if you have a phone and you can communicate with it's no longer you could as well just have been outside.
What's tough is that you're able to get out of the other house because you follow the conversations, you know what people are saying about you, so you can easily play the game of portray to the audience what they want you to see. And from what she has said and she has said, you see that Biggy was just layers and layers of rule breaking, no consequences. And given that it's a show that's supposed to talk about, it's supposed to bring culture together, young people together,
and highlight talent
and portray their talent, and where a lot of young people are also watching, they sort of perpetrate a certain kind of culture of abuse, of no consequence, of people doing what they want without taking responsibility, and also where you can get away with anything. And to me, that's very dangerous with the platform that they have and what they're building.
Can you share with us what happened with Queen and Fhish Fhish, Queen Mother and Fhish?
Well, since you say, please, I want to first of all ask you, what did Biggy tell you?
What
did he write?
Yes.
Biggy agreed.
What exactly did he write? What he wrote
was that
a
a fight actually took place. Each of them, through Biggy's investigation, that he realized that all of them were throwing blames at each other. So Queen would say this person, I think it involved 3 people, but everybody was accusing the other, and so and there was no light. So
they talked about
there was no light in the house. It was other lights out, as it seems. So
and they were going to look into it.
yes, and that
And the show ended. They were still looking into it.
What action?
In the dark, I'm sure.
Yes. But what baffles me is, even if it were taking place in the dark, I don't know whether you guys are in the same house.
Of course.
Yeah, so you would definitely know.
I mean, it's the dark. CCTV cameras have. I mean, they have cameras.
No, the cameras came on and off depending on who was on the camera.
But they have a control room that's just monitor those things. I mean, that's like anyway.
So
Did it happen? Because Biggy said it happened, and then one person said,
In fact,
"Okay,
beating happened. I
Beating?
didn't see any fight. I saw somebody beating another. I saw somebody beating people.
So this is Fhish beating Queen Mother and the other girl.
or Queen Mother beating."
And Vena.
So what may have caused the fight? Just so we have a perspective on what we're talking about.
It started off from Yoh and Magdo,
Right.
almighty verbally abusive man of the house. Yes, it started from Yoh and Magdo. We're talking about Yoh and Magdo, and then he came.
You're saying Jordan is verbally abusive?
Is verbally abusive. Very verbal. We'll come back to that. That one I can write a book. Yes. We're talking about Yoh and Magdo. Then they just started Fhish and Yoh and Magdo, they started clicking. That time they were best of friends. We used to call them Twinning Nation. So Fhish came in and supported Yoh and Magdo till Fhish supported Dieudonné, and then he ended up on him. Then we got angry, we left Dieudonné, and then we continued on Fhish. Now Fhish insults Vena to the level that she goes upstairs and cries out. Comes downstairs after a freshening up, and then we are angry. Look at the level at which you have insulted a woman to. How can you insult her like that? And then he walks up to her and push her. Like you do nothing. We still get angry, continuously provoking us. Now, when other people came, we explained. We're like, you will not even imagine that after the insult, he still went and pushed her because she would do nothing. He went again and pushed. Queen Mother got angry and said, you're just doing that with Vena because she's helpless. If you come beside me, before they know it, we'll be moving out of this house because I will not take it. He walks up to Queen Mother to press Queen Mother on the chair because of the fact that Queen Mother will do nothing. And then, of his camera conscious nature, he knew that it was lights off and there will be no proofs. Yes, he walks up to Queen Mother and tries to press Queen Mother down. Queen Mother, how do they call it? Queen Mother tries to fight back. Yeah. And then he lifts her, comes back. Then Queen Mother gets angry, wakes up on that chair. He beats the hell out of them that day. He beat them.
What, with his hands, or did he use?
He beat his legs. He beat them as if he's beating a fellow man. I was there. He beat them.
What was the other? What were the other boys? The nonnies.
Thing is, you cannot understand how this mansion operated.
No, but but how could they not? Because see, whether let me say this, that you know, I can understand how angers can flare. I can understand the violence, but the violence took place. But what I can understand is how the guys sit back
and watch that happen.
If any guy have joined that fight, whether he is separating or not, I don't think we'll still be talking about it here. Somebody might have gone home. Mm-hmm. Then they just held back. It was rather us, the women, that were trying to warn him. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
No, but eventually the guys came in and separated the fight. Now, a different thing is they could not go in to join. That's a different. It would have been a completely different.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the thing is, good. The other thing is, Biggy says these are two housemates here. Biggy says that he was unable to know what actually transpired. If all of you know this, did he find out from you guys your version?
Was there a little investigation that was carried out?
If 8, 9, 10 of us say this happened,
then it happened.
It happened. Then yet Biggie give out a video proof.
Yes.
I think to a certain level, if I'm being honest, I think Biggie was helpless.
He wasn't. Let me give you. No, let me give you. No, let me give you. No. See, Magdo, let me give you my proposal. If Biggie wanted full disclosure, right? Bring the housemates one after the other to your diary room and ask them, to the public, to the hearing of the public, their version of what happened. The fact is, if you know that if you had asked that, this is the narrative that would have come, I can understand why you would not put your housemates out there to keep the story.
Yes, Magdo, I was never spoken to.
Yeah.
I think they were about. Okay, I was never called.
Perhaps because it involved Fhish.
I think so. I guess the same thing. Yeah. There were about 7 eyewitnesses. Yeah. I was included.
That's too many for
it. Too many. It happened before my eyes. It happened so fast. It was like a dream. So I don't know. I was never called. I waited for so many days.
You're always waiting.
Nobody got to me.
You're waiting.
I was waiting to speak my truth. Nobody got to me.
I think for the live interview, for the live, the one that was caught in the chambers, some of us were not called. They only called us when it was still hot. They called about 3 of us to come and say something. We said it, and one of the judges said, we've caught 3 of them, and they all boil down to the same thing. They are saying the same thing. So do you think they are lying? I just walked out. But the deal thing where they call people live and ask what happened, they didn't call some of us. Yes. Maybe they thought some of us would
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that boils down to one thing. Do you guys think that Biggie was protecting Fhish?
That's
But the evidence points.
I'm just seeing what I saw, what I lived, what I experienced.
Mado, you talked about Jodani, whom apparently you would think is one of the most abusive.
about it because he's one of the people that they are lashing me out on my timeline. There's a particular blogger to 37 Palava. It looks like he's from the same village with you. Yes. He wants to make my life miserable, but he's too tiny. He's now what he keeps pondering on is I poured water on a disabled man. That one, you see, when patients got angry about the fish being manipulative and insulting her anger, right? I could not really understand deeply 100% until this word of disabled man, they started using it on me in the house and outside.
So you're saying the word which you use now is the person living with disability.
Disabilities, some of us, I should tell you, let's not talk about it. But due to me, they didn't see the part where he insulted me, insulted the children I've not given birth to. He insulted my womb, insulted my woman, insulted where I come from, where I was born, insulted everything. Now they didn't see that. They only saw when I got angry, I could not take it, and a cup of water in my hand. Out of anger, I flashed on him. Now I come out and some people on my time are me. How can I do that to a disabled man? How can I do that to a disabled? How can you do that to a disabled man? Like, this disabled man told me the day I would die, and nobody heard about it. Nobody. Absolutely.
You forgot the part where he said you end up in a wheelchair.
Yes, he said I will end up in a wheelchair. I said it's a lie. He does not know where. I said it's a lie. I told him the other leg will be finished.
Oh God. Oh my God.
I said it's a lie.
No, jokes aside, the level of acting I saw in this place is
That I kicked his wheelchair, his crutches. I was angry. And he's not the only disabled person. My father is 57. My father is 57 and has not seen for about 53 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my God. So
No,
sorry.
don't pity me. He's a very rich man.
I think.
Yes. He's not pitying me.
We need to take several breathers.
How disabled is he?
Yeah, because
That's the one that pains me. How
Yeah.
disabled is he?
Yeah. To act the way he
no.
acts.
That aside, this living with a disability or not, it doesn't permit him to be abusive.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
But
And then
I think that's the advantage. Some people can easily take.
No, I don't think. I think if you are abusive, you are an abusive.
Whether you are living with disability or not.
Yes, but then when you have a disability, you know that you're going to get public sympathy.
So you play on that.
Leverage to do it. Because now get what the public is telling her.
You know, Yana, my bigger issue is with how what I get now is, and I will get to the positives, but is that this was a very toxic environment. A very toxic environment.
It did feel like we did not get predators were really protected and the victims were just thrown
Left
out there to the wild. You know what? Do what you want to do with them, but then what you see is what we want to show you. And so I think it's sort of treated human beings who are disgruntled, who are being victimized and being asked to apologize for crime they did not commit. And I think that's very, very disgusting.
I just feel that which is why I think Freaky Table exists. I'm sure you guys have gone to different shows. And the reason why we ask the hard questions is because we do believe that there is so much that is left unsaid. And it gives a very bad rep to, I know the amount of bullying that you guys are going through. I do know the amount of bullying. And to imagine that the public knows not one detail of this, and a show that is there to present you guys in the best way that it could and allow you to destroy it if you want to, would sit back and is comfortable with it. If people do not come up to say this, the next season will be worse. Someone will have to be killed for something to be done.
It's crazy. But if at all you were supposed to go back to Biggie season 3, would you go back? No. Okay. Magdo. Would you? Would you even advise someone, your family member? I mean, even the children that you haven't given birth that they insulted, would you allow?
To be honest now, I can advise somebody to go. Reorientate the person on what you're going to go and meet them.
Yes.
I cannot fully this is you're talking about somebody who nobody.
Yeah. So that's one of the great things about the platform, though. That it gave you exposure.
If somebody is not okay, if you don't have thoughts,
You're weak in spirit.
if you are weak in spirit,
You need really thick skin. If you would literally break down so many times. You would break down during and even after. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is we'll bring in Big Brother Nigeria. There was a scenario this season, just the just ended season, where there was somebody who had, now we can say he had mental health issues. He was dealing with that, and Biggie acted that swiftly to take him out and say, okay, you know what, your health comes first before any other, before fame, before money. Go deal with this. In the house, did you guys have psychological checks once in a while to make sure that, you know?
Do you think that the difficulties you had, because I know that you guys did not even have fans.
Personally, I checked mentally. I checked out of that mansion several times. I checked out mentally so many times. So for me, I got to a point where I was like, okay, I've given up. On coming out, after talking to my family, they complained that it was so many times they saw me sleeping because I had literally given up. I had given up. I wasn't there anymore because it didn't make any sense. I felt like there was no one to protect me. So I felt alone. I felt like there was no one to fight for me.
Not even Noni.
I felt like I was at the mercy of. It was my Lord. Only
What of Noni? How is the romance?
Relationship with Noni. I mean, there were pictures, there were videos.
Explaining my friendship with Noni, and I feel like that was the reason why Noni. Yes, my friendship. Noni and I are just friends. No, Noni and I are just friends. The reason why we got so close is because, like she explained, when everyone else couldn't find the courage to stand up for me, they could. Him, Clement, and Joy. And I'm forever grateful to them for that. When everyone else, and he picked up a lot of enemies because of that. When everyone else couldn't find the courage to speak up for me, he did. They all did. Yes. So for someone who knew me, I didn't know anybody in the house. We've never met before, not even on social media. Yes. So for someone who didn't know me from anywhere to rise to my rescue like that, it was.
That's nice. So were you close, besides Fhish, who else in the house were you really close to, or you ended up being close to?
It's not too much attachment.
Okay,
it's not too much attachment, but like I said, Magdo, I like to get closer to people who are more than me. So when I saw Fhish, I was happy. I grabbed Fhish. Later on, I got comfortable. Yes, I grabbed the
Hope it was tasty. Was it tasty?
No, I grabbed the opportunity talking with Fhish so I get to know him. You know, I want to be honest. You understand? I'm a music lover and I love big people. So when I met Fhish, it's okay for me to like him.
No, it's okay.
Before knowing him, I got comfortable talking with Noni White and Clement because there are people that I've been familiar with. They don't know me, but I know them. Now I spoke with them. Later on, Patience had a very close friend. I really got a little bit close to Patience when her close friend left the mansion. You know, seeing two very close people, I didn't really know how to get in. But when her close friend left, that was when I really got in. I love talking to her. I love talking to her. I asked her a lot of questions. I loved talking to her. So basically, who I was close to was Patience. At the end of the show, Patience, Noni White, Dario, and Angel. And if you look at it, I got close to Angel because Angel was older. She was like the mother figure in the house. And then Noni White was older too. And me, I expected that Noni White to be a very brutal person in the house. Now, I got closer to Noni White because to me, I used to see that Noni White form my hand because he turned out to not be the person I know on social media. He wasn't a fighter. Physically, Noni White will not have an argument with you for more than 5 minutes. he does not know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, but if you give him a phone, he will tell you where. Yes, that's the kind of person he is. Yes. That's the kind of person he is. Now, when I got in, I was scared. I said, what I did when you went to hear Phineas. Later on, he was a cool person. So I got closer. First of all, we're from Bamenda. There was a little bit of autism. Yes. So I got closer. Yes. And then Clement, I got closer to Clement along the line. He crashed.
So now that the show is
Patience and Non-Whites were people that I did. Patience, Non-Whites, Angel and Daryl were people that I liked from day one. Even if I didn't get that close, they were people that I liked. Yeah, I respected. That's a real one. That's just the people that I respected their personality.
So you are out of the house now. You're dealing with the fallout from it. I see you doing the media tour, both of you. You guys are the happening babes in Cameroon. You're the happening babes. I like the thick skin. I know it's not easy. I like the thick skin. I like the fact that you can look past the noise, knowing your truth. That you guys are doing a great job. But what are the plans?
Let's begin with the artist.
Yes.
Okay.
This be the older one.
With me, yes. So before, as everyone knows, before I went to the mansion, I am an accountant. Then I'm an entrepreneur. I am a content creator. So the accounting thing, not that I'm putting it on hold, but I'm in the job market. If any of you have a job for me, jokes aside. So I'm going back to content creation. I'm a makeup artist as well. I want to take that seriously. And plus the exposure this platform has given me, I want to make good use of it. Also, there are a few skills I picked up, or not really picked up, but that were birthed in the house. MCing. I did it once and I really enjoyed it. And I liked it. I did so well.
You were good in it.
Yes, I did so well. So I'd like to see into that. I'd like to take it to exactly. I'd like to explore that. So for now, that's the plan.
Very nice.
Okay, so before Magdo got into the house, Magdo is a student journalist. Yes, I'm a student journalist. I've always liked film making, acting. That's my die-hard passion. Yes. And then I'm also a very good singer. I didn't want to be an artist. But thanks to Biggy Studios, I'm grabbing music full time. And the plan is grabbing music full time, seeing what it can offer for me, then underground study filmmaking very well. Before getting into the house, I was also a baby MC. People who really loved Magdo gave me the opportunity. I MC'd one white wedding, one traditional, and a couple of small weddings. Yes.
And one born house?
Yes. Yes, born house. Thank you. I was a baby MC because I like to try things. I like to try things too much. Yes. So only people who were really close to me gave me the opportunity to do it.
But not to cut you, I just have one question about how you're handling the fame, what's happening now, people recognizing you on social media, maybe in real life. How you handling that, and also knowing what you experience, how you handling what they may be saying, also, but also read the fame. I mean, let's deal with the positive right now. How you handling the fame?
This is my example. So that night I went out.
Yes.
I'm still sleepy. I wake up. I wore a face cap. I was like this with my younger ones. First of all, I was not comfortable in my company. I just needed to go. I couldn't stay in the house anymore. So I sat. Hey, I know you. See, I was scared. I know you. One walked in, and then another person walked in. They said the same thing. We were going home. Somebody shouted. When we were going home, we were about, because it's just a stone throw to where we live. Somebody shouted, Magdo. I shouted, Jesus. Yes. So the person that shouted Magdo is somebody that knows me a little bit.
Yes.
So
last
night, 3 people recognized me.
Just to
feeling.
add before we move on to Patience, I think Magdo has a music deal with McCoy, the producer. She also has a movie role right now with Evicta. And she also has, I think, a beauty brand ambassadorial deal. So, I don't know, Meshi Elegance, if I'm right. Is that it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's actually.
So it looks like everything is, it's falling in place.
We thank God to. Thank God. It's not a beauty care.
Okay.
It's a hair care.
Okay, hair care.
Yes,
Okay.
hair care. It's actually
So you're wearing one of them now? Is that
No,
Just
okay?
say
Not yet.
Yes.
Just say yes.
I'm really one of them.
Just say yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Okay.
Patience, yeah.
For me, I don't know. This thing that happened to Magdo is yet to happen to me. I think maybe for everyone is scared of me. We all know the controversy around my name. So
But if I was a company, I'd be working with you instead.
that's the thing. I was thinking people like to jump
Because
on
you
it,
have
but
the numbers to push
apparently,
products.
apparently a lot of companies are scared. I don't
No. I think it's still early. People trust me.
Yeah, it's
early.
and also, it also depends on what the company is looking out for.
Yeah.
And who fits.
Yeah, and perhaps people are on a watch to see how you ride this wave. You know, companies want to put there are a lot of things they have to take into consideration. But trust me, I think that any of you will make great ambassadors. You are well spoken. You're
Of course,
beautiful.
no, I'm not bothered. I know it's coming. I'm confident.
That was
Perhaps one question which is going to maybe take us a bit back to your experience. Are you looking at any way trying to, I don't want to say champion, but really do more effort in terms of education, right? And maybe perhaps activism, you know, in terms of sexual assault, sexual abuse, and all of that. Are those one of your plans? Maybe
Yes.
partnering with other women. I think Daphne had started something.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at
Of course, personally, with the exposure this platform has given me, I want to use my platform to talk about generally sexual assault, abuse in general.
Mm-hmm. That's brilliant.
I forgot my actual businesswoman.
Oh.
I fell actually.
I'm asking Joy would have displayed this here.
Would have this. And patience. Is there anything that you regretted about this thing? Last question.
Regretted.
Maybe we'll give it another month.
I don't want to say I regretted going on the show because it's giving me the opportunity to live certain experiences. But regrets, no. I don't regret anything. If I was given another chance, I would do the exact same thing.
Okay. Magdo, are you regretting anything?
I only regret it from the beginning. I was scared.
Mm.
Yes, there was lots of fear. I've not talked like this. Me, Magdo is the talky flatmate. But when it was time for tax, this thing I stammered. And it really there remained. So my only regret was that I allowed sheer takeover from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving another chance. Nobody will breathe.
who they breathe?
Who
they breathe?
This for the oxygen.
but I think before we close, if you have to change one thing about Biggy Studios,
Oh, that be.
what would that be?
More cameras too.
Fans,
No, not the fans. I'll completely change the management.
Okay.
All of it.
Mm.
and
Include the Biggie himself.
I think transparency will fall on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right, thank you guys so much for coming. I mean, this has been quite an insight into the Biggie.
You guys feel like
You've aired out more than you could. You know.
It's just, there's
There's still
more.
more. Oh, definitely, we don't need a lawyer after this. Send us to jail. Oh, yeah.
thank you. She probably bigger than 5.
Thank you so much, Patience. Magdo, it was so good to see you. And thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing that movie, yeah? And the music. And eat there. Next time, please bring a flask.
I sell at you anywhere in Cameroon.
Anyway.
I sell
Hallelujah.
it out of town. And gets you in perfect shape.
Amen to that.
Great.
We love food on this show. We need to follow you. So what's the social media handle?
On Facebook, I am Patience Yoh. On Instagram, on YouTube, I'm Patience Yoh as well. On Instagram, I am _call me Yoh. On Twitter, I am _call me Yoh.
Okay, I made it easy. It's Magdo Official 237 Facebook. Same thing on Instagram, same thing on Twitter, same thing on TikTok.
Right.
Same thing everywhere. Magdo Official 237.
Right. So please, you guys should catch up with them, follow them, see what our stars are doing after the show. It's not easy, but with our support, they can be bigger than the way they got into the show, right? So thank you guys so much for coming. Yana, Kwo, always a pleasure to have you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's Decoded TV Studios, and follow us on all social media platforms at Freaky Table. It's Joan Gomba, and see you guys later.
Freaky Table is brought to you by Nikki Hits Beauty Studio, Bonamusadi, Douala, and Jungle Hall. Boya.
Contact Jungle Studios, which is located at Solidarity Junction, Boya, for all your photography and videography.
Thanks for watching the dopest TV show right now.
And don't forget to subscribe so that you can continue seeing our beautiful faces. Scratch that, my handsome face.
Alright guys, and to never miss a thing, follow us on all social media platforms at Freaky Table, Instagram, Facebook, and yeah,